So, I know what people have been asking questions about the crocodiles that didn't make it in Hellshire. My colleague Joy Brown reported and showed several crocodiles that died in a dried up sewage pond in Hellshire. And people were asking how that happened. So the first thing, crocodiles are ectotherms. And what do we mean by ectotherms? They are cold-blooded, meaning they can regulate their own body. So what they do, they use the outside surroundings to regulate their body temperature. So the ideal temperature crocodiles need for survival is between 30 to 33 degrees Celsius. How they do this, when their body get cold, they come out in the day and they warm up in the sun, they bask in the sun. So you see they lie on the banks of the ponds, river, and that's when they're warming up. They might also open their mouth to regulate the temperature. Meantime warming up to also regulate the temperature. So, like the brain don't get too hot. So they warm up in the sun. Now, when they get too warm, what they do, they find a shaded area to cool off, or they go in the water. So just remember, they're ectotherms. They need the surrounding to regulate the body temperature. We humans can regulate our own body. We have metabolic energy. If we get too hot, we sweat. A crocodile cannot sweat. Now, what happened in those sewage ponds, in the ideal condition when the pond has water in it, they can crawl out because the water is near, is near to the water level is not so, is a little bit lower than the ground level, but they can walk out. But when the water level dropped, they kind of have these, people don't know, kind of web foot, and it become very slidey so they can't crawl out. So what happened is they stayed in the pond. There was no water there. It was hot. They can't regulate the temperature. And even a female with eggs, she died. So it's a very sad story. But what can we do with the information that we learned? One of the first things that they need to do at that sewage pond, I think, is maintenance team. If you have a pond dryer, just a regular maintenance team walk around. And if you see crocodiles trapped in like that, just do the thing and call NEPA because the crocodiles are endangered in Jamaica. Right, our crocodile, some people know American crocodile, I like to say Jamaican crocodile because that's just a common name. They are endangered. So, a team just walk around and, if you see that, you'd call NEPA and NEPA would call crocodile people like Joy Bro, like me, it's a group of us with permit that are allowed to move animal. Second thing, what they can also do, now when the ponds get dry, you can put wooded structure, something similar to pallets, and you can anchor them on the side of the ponds so the animal can climb out like a ladder. Now, question might come in when water return if the pallets would last, but you have other wood that can be treated and they can deal with the water. So with this incident, I would say we can do better, because when we see stuff like that happen to our wildlife, it's kind of sad and we can do better. So I think what happened here should be a learning experience. And I think, as I said before, what's the way forward? More monitoring. We don't need to do the blame game. More monitoring at these ponds so it don't happen. And if the ponds get low, you put structures in so the animal can crawl out. It's pretty sad when you see so much adult crocodile and the way they die. They can't regulate the body temperature. So, yes. So just remember, crocodiles can't regulate the body temperature. And what we normally say, cold-blooded. They are ectotherms. So they need the surroundings for their body to work. So when they get too hot, they go in the water and cool off or in a shaded area. And when they get too cold, they come out of the water and go in the sun and bath. So if they can't regulate the body temperature, they overheat. And what a lot of people don't know is even though you see the crocodile, such a big animal, it is, stress can kill it. And just something similar like that, simple like that, if they can't get to regulate the body temperature, they will die. So I hope this answers a number of questions where people were asking, how can a big crocodile like that, one, died because of heat stress, and two, how did it not just walk out of the ponds? Remember, the pond line is slidey, so when the water level drop, they can't climb out, and they just die. There's no shaded area, there's no water in it, so they can't cool down. Peace. I hope this answers most of your question. Blessed.